Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's Terry and welcome back to another edition of an Orchid A Day. Now today, as promised, I am going to just quickly show you these two Phalaenopsis species that I am rescuing. One being this cornu-cervi alba, the fantastic from Normans, and this is species is bastianii, which is, as I said, it's a species. Both were subjected in my care to low heat and both exhibiting similar symptoms. Both of them are, well, they're not from the same region. This one's more from Borneo. These are from the Philippines. Both do put out spikes that can bloom at any time of the year, although they do bloom most frequently through the winter, for me, in my experience, from fall into winter and sporadically in the spring. But as long as these inflorescence remain green, then they are capable of blooming. And even this one, in both cases, what would happen is prior to blooming, you would begin to see all of the available areas where it is possible to bloom start swelling up and pushing forth. And then pretty soon you would see buds and then you would see blooms. And bastianii is similar to Marii, which I don't have in my collection. I used to have a nice Marii. Marii blooms are very red striped, very fragrant, red fuchsia striped. Lots of flowers on the spike. Sometimes up to can have a blooming where it's 20 to 50 flowers. Bastianii has fewer flowers blooming, but it's a similar, slightly smaller flower, very striped red fuchsia flower with the white background, fragrant. So that's the difference between both those two species. Cornu-cervi, which is right here, and I know I've shown this to you before. This is the flower, although the one that I have is the alba, so it's more of a yellow flower, almost translucent. As I said, it's from Java, Borneo, epiphytic, occasionally lithophytic, humid forests, bright light. Cultivation should be grown warm and humid and brighter. So I do have another cornu-cervi that's hanging high in the greenhouse. But this one, although it was hanging high, it wasn't getting the temperatures that it wanted. So I brought it into the house, which was a suggestion that I don't know why I didn't think about it. Well, I do have a principle sort of that I don't want to have orchids around my kitchen. If I can't keep them in my greenhouse, then they need to go. That was more or less what I had said at one time. But I do occasionally bring rescues out here just on the short term. These, I don't know if they will be short term because they do need a little bit more of a stabilization. I can tell that this is cold damage because of just how long the leaves are staying attached, even though they've been brown for weeks. If this were just a leaf that was aged, you know, how the older leaves turn brown and then they eventually fall off, but even if you just go like this, then they fall off. That's kind of the difference. These are still holding on. So definitely is a tissue damage. So, but I'm just hoping that the thing that I'm more concerned about, well, I'm concerned about the roots. I don't want to disturb it more than it's already stressed, if you get what I'm saying. I want this to be stabilized and then I want to repot it. But I'm also kind of concerned about these spikes that are on the plant, realizing that it is stressed. It's probably best for me to cut them off. But me, the greedy orchid person that's concerned about blooms, and blooms to me, even though this is a false assumption, blooms to me mean it's a sign of health, although Blooms in most cases when plants are stressed is almost a sign of trying to survive. And sometimes they won't bloom, and sometimes they'll put up kikis in efforts to save the main plant by producing a kiki that will eventually replace that plant. But this is not the case with this plant, but I'm just hoping that the cold damage that I subjected the plant to doesn't take out all of these inflorescence, because they can still bloom. Cornu-cervi is not a fragrant orchid, but I just still like it. I like the flower. I will put up a picture of this one and that one, because I have bloomed them both. But anyway, that was my video for today. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your orchids. Bye.